after Thursday night, or do you feel up to the second game in 4 days?
Yeah, I do indeed. Not feel good. Obviously, like everyone in the dressing room, takes a couple of days to recover, but not feel good, feel fine, and ready to go.
Are you playing? Is the fact that you're here?
I don't know. That's it. That's the answer. I don't know. If I am, great. If I'm not, then I'll fully support the team like I always do. So we'll have to wait and see.
And just lastly for me, is this a revenge mission, given what happened with March?
Revenge mission, I think I don't want to look at it like that in terms of I think we're in a better place ourselves. I think the last few meetups have been good. I think we've played some good football times against Portugal. So we need to take that good atmosphere into this game rather than thinking too far back on what happened. Listen, we all know we have to, I said at the time, there's no getting away from that. We've got to take that in the chin, but we have to do our utmost to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and we will be prepared, and I do feel that we're in a better place. Aaron?
Yeah, Seamus, there's a massive Irish fan base here. Thousands probably here. The away end is sold out. There's going to be loads in the home end. Is that going to inspire you tomorrow night?
It will. You should probably say Kieran Hart and on about it, but when you put on that green shirt, you should be inspired regardless. And then on top of that, we've got the amazing fans. At the Viva the last night, the support, you could feel it. You could feel they were behind the team, and the away support has always been good. And now, thankfully, with restrictions and things lifted, we can get some travelling fans, which is a massive honour for us. And now it's up to us to put in a performance to make their journey worthwhile.
Right, thanks.
Thank you.
Seamus, can you just ask, you've obviously played right back, wing back before. How did you find playing that central defensive role as part of the back three, particularly with Ronaldo on your side?
It's a position that I enjoyed. I've done it a few times now for Ireland. Maybe once or twice at club level, but it's not a position I play very often. But I'm a defender who likes to defend, and at times can be comfortable on the ball. So it was a position that I really enjoyed. The atmosphere and everything against Portugal was very good. So it's not as physically demanding as a full-back position or a wing-back position, but you've got to be switched on for the 90 minutes, and it's a position, as I said, I really enjoyed.
And how would you assess the campaign overall, Seamus?
Listen, overall, we've wanted to qualify. As players, as professionals, as competitors who want to qualify, we're disappointed that we've not got anything to play for in terms of qualifying in this game. But I do think it's been like a campaign of two halves, and I do think the second half of the campaign, things have started to come together for us. And I watched from the sideline in the lead up to the Portugal game and training for the first couple of days. I played on a Sunday, and the tactical work, it was played to be seen what was being done on the training ground, and we did bring that forward into the game as well. So as players, when you see that, you're happy and positive.
Okay, so we'll end the live section here. So we're going to the one more question.
Yeah, do you think, Seamus, do you think you're nothing to play for? But are you playing for a new
No, I didn't say we've got nothing to play for. As I said, we can't qualify, but like I touched on, when you put on the Irish shirt, you've always got something to play for. But yeah, go on.
And do you think you're playing for a new contract for the manager to have a contract extension for him?
Well, listen, that's not the decision of the players or anything like that. I think you could sense the atmosphere in the crowd, that the fans are behind them. You can see from, I think, any player that's come out and spoken to the media, they've been behind them. And for me as well, as that, like I touched on, you can see what we're doing on the training ground coming into play. And listen, ultimately we all know it's a results business, and that's the case. But from a player's point of view, that we're happy and we're seeing good signs, and we want to improve on this for the next campaign.
Okay, we're moving to the environment section. As everything from this point onwards is 11 PM tonight.
Seamus, you said it's not a revenge mission, but what importance is there in finishing third ahead of Luxembourg?
Yeah, very important. That's where now that we can qualify, that's our aim, is to finish ahead of Luxembourg. I think they've done really well, and we know what happened back at the Viva, but yeah, we need to finish the campaign ahead of Luxembourg, and we need to respect them, as we know that they can play good football at times. But it is very important for us as players to not have that feeling again in that dressing room after.
Seamus, tomorrow in the dressing room, do you touch on the last game against them, or is it more about the second half of this campaign?
To be honest, I think we've got to look at it positively, and the place we're in at the minute is a group. How we're feeling, how we're training, I think it's important to bring that positivity into the game rather than a revenge mission as such.
Seamus, the Switzerland manager watched the Portugal game a few days ago, as you could expect, and he felt Luxembourg. Forgive me. And he said that Ireland played kind of more the old style of football that they used to play, like the direct style, and that seemed to work better for them. Is that how you felt that there was a bit of that in the game against Portugal yourself?
I think over the course of 90 minutes you can't continue to play in little pockets or play out, because it's again cat and mouse, and at times they will press you, and when teams go to press you, when you've got the pace that we had up front with Gio and Callum, then that's another thing that we can utilise, and we did that. So if I didn't hear him saying that, but if he thinks that's long ball, then of course it is at times in terms of if they press you up. But no, that wouldn't have been a tactic. No.
Thank you.
Dan, sorry.
Seamus, just the manager last week did suggest that there might have to be a discussion about whether you could play 2 games. Like, I know you've had your issues with hamstrings this year. Like, are the club involved in a dialogue around this? You have to speak to people about the possibility of playing twice.
No, I don't. Listen, I always put it this way: when I'm fit, and whether that be for Everton or that be for Ireland, I will give my all. And I've had a few niggles, and sometimes if I was like maybe another player and put myself first, then the niggles wouldn't reoccur. But for me personally, I always push the boundaries, and sometimes I won't give it the correct time frame that it's needed. I will try and push to help the manager at Everton or help the manager at Ireland, and sometimes it's me that suffers because of that. And I say time after time, I'm definitely going to change. I'm going to give it time to recover. I can't do it. I can't put myself first. If the team needs me, whether that be Ireland or Everton, I am there for the team, and I will do all that I can to play. So what happens tomorrow, that's up to Ireland, but I feel fine, I feel fit, and I feel ready to go. And again, the reoccurring injuries is more so because I don't think of myself before the team.
Final question for the
Seamus, you've always put the team first. At the end of campaign, sometimes players take stock of where they are. Can I assume, or can you confirm that you're okay to keep going? We'll see in the Nations League and the European Championships. That's something you're going to be part of.
As long as I warrant my place in the team with my performances at club level, then yeah. I don't want to be in the team to be an experienced player. I want to have a reason to be here, and that's to be on the pitch. So if I'm doing the business at club level and the international manager wants to pick me, then I'll be available. I think I'm not one of the players that are thinking about retiring from Ireland, because it means so much to me. So whatever form I'm in at that time, if it warrants my place in the national team, then I'll be available.
Thanks guys, see you in 10 minutes.
Thanks guys. Thank you very much.